Good evening, ladies and gents. Welcome to another video brought to you by Total Control Traders. Been a while since I've seen you guys. I hope you guys all know that we are live every Wednesday morning. So didn't get a chance to come out with a video yesterday. So figure, you know what? Let's try coming out with video on Thursdays. See whether if you guys like that a little bit more or how that works. Anyway, so let's get right into it. Oh, actually, before we get into it, just wanted to let you guys know Wednesday mornings, 6:30, an hour before market open, 6:30 Mountain Standard Time. We are live every week, and starting tomorrow is the first Friday. We will be trying a new video series called Friday Lottos. Oh, that sounds good. All right, so make sure to tune in tomorrow, same time, hour before market opens. So what we're going to be focusing on covering in those videos, the Friday videos, the new series, is be looking at what are the most prominent tickers that's going to provide big moves for the day, for same day expiry, option play kind of things. I mean, you can play with commons, but yeah, that's the idea. All right, so let's get into it. First one is we're going to be looking at SPX as usual, and new all-time high is on the horizon. We are still holding that daily 8, and today we slightly lost that hour 8. That was the guide. So that was a little bit scary because if you were to zoom into the shorter time frames, that was a very decent sell-off. But then look at the buy-up. Whoo! So bulls are still there. Bulls still got it, and we are seeing now there's gonna be a actually what's this 47. Oh wow, so this was a 30-minute bear divergence that didn't get follow through. Anyway, so let's take a look at daily. Wicks under. There will be a pullback, but remember, just playing with the market, playing with the trend until it ends, right? So the trend right now still remains bullish, and as long as that daily 8 is not lost and we're not seeing follow through on that, there is no point playing bears. And with the way it looks, new all-time high is on the horizon. Let's mark that. Sorry, my computer has been working for 12 hours now. So it might be a little bit slow. Haven't had a chance to restart yet. Anyway, so the new all-time high of 4719.4. And from the looks of it, 1, 2. Tuesday we had, oh yeah, we talked about that. Reminder, today is OPEX week, or Friday, tomorrow is OPEX week. Option expiry, monthly option expiry. Generally, we should see increased volatility towards that last 2 hours, last hour of the day. So keep your positions in a comfortable area. Don't oversize, don't overtrade, don't get chopped up. Watch for that first 30-minute market, and based on what's happening this week so far, we could be seeing another bullish OPEX week. All right, next is NAS. NAS is the strongest of the indexes, making new all-time high already. So there is a bearish divergence that is currently forming. We're gonna have to see where this new high takes us first. There is still a chance that we can negate that, but if we start rejecting tomorrow, that is gonna confirm a bearish divergence on this new high of price, wherever that tomorrow is gonna be. And the new low or lower high of RSI. So watching out for that. Russ is the weakest so far, and here's what I'm looking at for the bounce wise. We are looking at a short-term trend line, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bounces already, and the GP does line up. We are coming down fairly fast. So originally I was thinking we might not hit this while we were still trending back up here, but based on the magnitude of how fast we are dropping, this is a very much a possibility now. So Friday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you know, we can still get there. That's the area I'm watching. Oh, wrong one. That would be the most ideal entry. Ultimately, I did make a first entry on Rus already on this previous all-time high backtest. Where is it? Previous all-time high backtest, which have now been drawn into a zone now. Ultimately, I would think, you know, we could be looking at a backtest of somewhere around 2340-ish. What's 2330? 2330 doesn't have too many confluence areas. There is a resistance here, but ultimate 2340 is where multiple rejections came in. So we will have to watch for a reaction there. As for Dow, we did make new daily lower low as well, similar chart to Rus. So it's very interesting. The indexes are split in between SPX and NAS being bullish and Rus and Dow being bearish. As for US dollars, rejecting from that upper trend line of the long-term channel, multiple rejections from back here, multiple supports from down here, and we are seeing another rejection and follow through today. US 10 years chopping around that trend line, nothing significant. One thing I did notice on VIX, one thing that's very interesting on VIX. So this was the original wedge. We have not talked about VIX for quite some time, and this was the original wedge that was drawn from way back. I can't remember when. It was somewhere around here, I think, February, March. That sounds about right. I think that was the last time I played UVIXy. So this was a wedge we drawn a long time ago. We're nearing that OPEX right now. So ultimately, I drew a new wedge over that old wedge, just to match the new price actions a little bit better with the new lows and the new highs. So it's this outer wedge that we're looking at, which would drag out the OPEX a little bit further, but not too far. Okay, dragging into February as opposed to January. Yeah, February as opposed to January. Now, one thing very interesting on it is I did notice a daily bull divergence on VIX, lower prices, higher RSIs. And as I was looking through the charts last night, this chart last night, I was only able to find a couple other ones, and one was August 2020, and this was the daily bull divergence that I found. Lower prices and higher RSI, and we can see not long after that there was a pop. Okay. And the other one, I didn't go too far back, so I just looked for two. I mean, August 2020, that's pretty far back already, you know, over a year. And then the one before that is July 19, another 13 months before the last one. And you can see lower prices, higher RSIs, and it was a pop after as well. Now you could say that this was this was the bull divergence, and then double bull divergence kind of thing. So that's arguable. You know what? Let's put it over here. Easier to spot. Yeah. So hey, I wonder. 13 months. Lower prices. This is a very mild bull divergence. So we're looking for strong bull divergences. It's actually quite interesting. I was looking through the chart yesterday, VIX, to learn that there is not a whole lot of daily bull divergences on the chart. I mean, which ultimately makes sense because daily bull divergences are originally or normally already harder to come by, and for it to form on VIX, yeah, I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing another one. 2018, is there any? Nope. Oh, there's one here. Another 13 months before. Wow, what do you know? Systematic? Maybe. So this, lower prices, higher RSIs. something to note. That's 13 months in a row already, so keep an eye out for VIX. Just be wary of your positions and maybe using a little bit of a hedge, whatever you want to do. Just don't go oversize anything you're not comfortable with in a market all-time high. Now, remember the video I came out with last Tuesday on market red flags? Those do still apply. Okay, US dollars is on an uptrend. Gold is on an uptrend. Okay, and US 10-year, I think it's holding the market up a little bit. Ultimately, it's bouncing a little bit. Anyways, that's it. So let's get into the hottest stickers. First one being, let's discuss the usual stuff. Bitcoin, bear break, bull flag, unable to confirm new highs, and strong daily bear divergence. Computer is probably overheating or something. Come on. All right, regardless, you get the idea. Over here, strong daily bear divergence. I would anticipate lower prices to come on Bitcoin. Next is HIVE. Very similar idea, topping out. There is no divergence. Oh, actually, there is a very strong relatively price action wise very strong, but RSI not very strong. There is a bear divergence regardless on HIVE as well, higher prices and slightly lower RSI. Okay, HIVE earnings today, that might save them, or else I would anticipate it's going to follow what Bitcoin is doing, lower prices to come. It did not make new all-time high on HIVE. So next is the always covered ticker, Tesla. Hello, Tesla. There we go. So now I'm wondering if this was the bounce that we thought about, that we anticipated, or is it this bounce that we anticipated? Because ultimately, if you look at the chart, this is essentially one move down. Okay. So this could be the bounce now. If we're looking at it, bearish volume is relatively lower comparing to bullish volume. Past the 0.382 already. And rejected from just under the 0.5 yesterday. Today is holding the 88, so I would say the chart is strong. Watch for reaction. If we're to pass that 0.5, yesterday's high, watch for reaction at the GP. Tesla still looking fairly decent. Next is, the hot tickers. Gotta say it 3 times. Apple, new all-time high, along with NAS. Increasing bull volume, huge break. We're in calls, added to calls. I don't think I added comments. But yeah, amazing trade so far. We entered the trade over here early. I can't remember if it was the open on Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday. Monday, Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday. And it was on the touch of the 88. We did wick down under, but we entered on the touch of the 88. And from there, we saw nice bullish action yesterday with slight upper wick. But the upper wick is not exactly concerned because we did see increasing bull volume breaking over that key resistance 153, as well as this lower resistance 152. And that's why in the chat room, I mentioned we'll be making a starter entry, and then on the break of 152 we will be adding, and on the break of 153 will be the add. However, ended up being on the call, missed the add on 153, ended up adding today into new all-time high. Increasing bull volume, no concerns, not extended on the daily, not overbought on the daily, not overbought on 4 hours. RD is getting a little bit overbought. 30 minutes still okay. 15-minute bear divergence going to the end of the day. That is not good. So we should see some short-term consolidation coming in. Big bearish volume at the end of the day. Potential reversal candle to close the day on the 30. So short-term wise, we could see a little bit of consolidation, but what I want to see from here is ideally already bull flag formation, just hold this new all-time high before next leg move up. That's what I'm expecting on Apple. Next one is Amazon. Very similar idea. Huge bull volume today. Look at this bull volume, increasing bull volume on that second hourly, on that was it second 30 minute as well, and increasing in the middle of the day. This is a huge sign that we should see higher prices coming now on the longer time frame wise. When we look at the chart, the short term trend line where we're seeing 1, 2, 3, 4 rejections, including yesterday, has now been broken on volume. So with this, new all-time high is now on the horizon, as we have talked about. Higher low has been set here. Higher high, higher low, higher high. I would call this somewhat of a higher low. You could say that this is one move. If this is one move, then we would expect a temporary rejection at the new all-time high zone. And daily looks okay. Lots of room to move. Already getting close to overbought. Not concerning though. 15-minute bear divergence negated. Amazing. Whoa, strong chart. Amazon, keep on your top watch. Top. Actually, if you're not in, get in. Should get in. You want to get something in. Started playing this with commons first, and then we'll be looking at calls. All right, next is RKLB. Sorry, RBLX. New all-time high yet again. Look at this, new all-time high. Next day was a little bit of a laggard. So this could be what we're seeing for Apple and Amazon. And then continuation. And today is a little bit of a spinning top candle. So potential for reversal, bearish volume coming in. If we're to reverse here, it's a little bit concerning because we will see daily bear divergence. Ideally, I think what the bulls want to see, because the daily is not overbought yet. You want one more day staying up here instead of bull flagging from here, because then that increases the chance of this chart coming back. So that's RKLB. Let's take a look at the requested ticker. First one being TSM, Taiwan Semiconductor. Hey, I miss Taiwan. Oh, I miss Taiwan. Their food is amazing. Every time I go back, it gains so much weight. Anyway, so let's take a look at the stock. Here we are seeing, depending on how you draw the trend line, and if you're drawing wick to wick as we usually do, wick to wick, then there might be another little bit of movement required to close above tomorrow, to close above the trend line. But if you're drawing from the other wick to the other wick, this wick to be specific, then we have just broken over. Regardless, looking at the chart, looking at the price action, looking at the volume, I do think higher prices come. And remember, we talked about the hold of 0.5. Amazing. Semiconductor space has been doing amazing. So with this, I would anticipate higher prices to come eventually. Higher lows already been set. I want to see that follow through tomorrow. I'm not in the trade, but with a chart like this, you need to see the follow through tomorrow, closing above. Even if you were to reject from the 125, just stay around somewhere around there. All right, so that's TSM. And sorry, just realized our long-term beloved member has requested quite a bit of tickers today. So let's get through them. First one is FCEL. Lost at 88, coming back for a potential daily higher low. So if you count this as one move, which I would, this was a short term, holding that 0.382. So lost the 0.382 on this one already, and 0.5 is holding for now. I would anticipate at the very minimum GP somewhere around the GP, because if you look at this is the key resistance and then it became immediate backtest. So now we're getting the true backtest. So that would make sense. GP somewhere around there. I am going to set an alert on this. Yeah. I'm going to set it a little bit higher, but ultimately you'll be looking at somewhere around GP. So that's FCEL, a little bit more downside potential. We could straight bounce from here since we already touched your 0.5, depending on how strong the chart is. And it looks like the chart has been very strong. Daily trend already reversed. Would anticipate further upside to come as long as the market participates. Next is LSPD. Hey, chart doesn't look too strong. Lost the short-term trend line. Trend immediate reverse. There's not even a head and shoulders pattern. And then now we lost the long-term must-hold double money line. Long-term channel has been lost. So this is ultimately was a breakout fake out. I wouldn't really call it overthrow, more like, because we did break out and follow through. No bull divergences yet. If you're not in, I would not be looking for an entry yet. I want to see somewhere around this key zone. We are still seeing continued bearish pressure, increasing bear volume today as well. Yeah, let's see. Watch for a reaction around this key zone in the middle, 54, 50, 55 to 58 area. Next is YALA. What is this chart? I want to say there's a wedge or channel. I'm hoping it's a wedge. I'm hoping it's a wedge because if it's a wedge, the chances of reversal is a little bit higher. Okay, so there's two touches on that one. Can I draw it to here? Almost. Yeah, that works. Okay, yeah, so long-term wedge. Upper trend line, lower trend line, upper trend line must break, and it looks like the bulls are really trying to break it. Huge bull volume rejecting from the upper trend line again, and then no volume. Cool down. Another huge bull volume breaking over it with huge upper wick. So the problem I have with this chart is looks like there's a lot of people. I'm getting the sense that there's a lot of people bag holding it. Hey, how come my zone only extends right now? But yeah, I'm getting a sense that a lot of people are bag holding it. So on resistance zones, there is gonna be so many people that are looking to sell. And this looks like this is the key resistance zone right around that $10 area, 1016, 1062. Another rejection. That's where the last one was. Multiple rejections here, and then support from back here as well. Now, if we're to zoom back further, we can see rejection here as well. Broke over, became support. So that is a very, very key zone that has to be broken through. Let's see what the previous all-time low looks like. Okay, so we did hold it. It was 626. Wow, look at that. Wow. What is this? Double bottom monthly? Double bottom on the monthly. 626. Damn, you don't see that too often. Okay, so this chart is somewhat interesting then. That catches my attention. So we are in the GP right now. We did bounce from the GP today as well. Increasing bear volume. Slight increase. Okay. There must be another zone above. We don't need to draw it now, but since it's a new chart, you know, We're drawing it anyways. Might as well get it done. I don't like how it doesn't really respect previous resistance support. So it makes it harder to draw a zone. Somewhere around there would make sense. Okay, so there is one up here. For sure. For sure. Somewhere right there. Multiple supports. Multiple rejections. Now I have a thesis. I haven't tested. But based on the type of zones that we're drawing, what I'm noticing on the relevant very weak charts, or the charts that are making new all-time lows, their zones tend to look like this, where it's thicker on the top and it gets thinner as you get to the bottom. So support gets very what does, the way I would decode this is a whole lot more resistances versus a whole lot less support. You know, if we were to look at it on the log chart, it still looks a little bit, so it looks a little bit better on the log chart. I guess it could be because of the percentage of the moves, but that's just something to, I want to see this thesis, whether it works or not. But just to let you guys know. So on this GP, we're going to need to, what am I going to do? Okay, so I'm going to set an alert below the GP. And then I'm going to set an alert on, hey, yeah, just figured this out the other day. You can set alerts on your drawings or even indicators actually. So I'm going to set an alert on this upper trend line, this must break upper trend line. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4 rejections. Actually multiple here. Come on, work with me, TradingView. At an alert. Now, okay, yeah, you'll see a little alert on here. I love that, because when we're looking at the charts now, there's no additional lines to bother you, right? So that's gonna be the wedge that we're gonna be looking. Based on today's price action, the chances of us coming back to the gap fill is, I would say, likely. So in that sense, we'll pull up the 0.8786 as well. Okay, so that's YALA. Spend too much time on it. Next is NIO. Not a whole lot going on. Range bound, just chopping in between the two zones. And to be quite honest, I don't like how big that zone is. So what I'm gonna do instead is reduce this. Oh, that doesn't work. Support. Lots of trading in that area. Support. That works better. A little bit better. Yeah, so essentially it is range bound right now in between the two zones. Would not be trading it. You're gonna need to see that daily trend reversal. Ultimately, this could be the daily trend reversal. Long time consolidation, new daily higher high, and we're looking for that daily higher low. Are we at GP right now? Oh, we touched GP today. Almost touched GP today. See if there's bounce. We are a little bit extended from the daily. If this is the higher low, I would anticipate higher prices come upon the break of this previous higher high. Okay, and that's NIO. That's it for the requested tickers. Now I'm just gonna cover two tickers myself. My personal picks. Two tickers. We are going to discuss BA again. This is going to remain on our top watch. Okay, the 88 is catching up. The 88 basically has caught up, and we did backtest this short-term trend line. We did not get to this long-term trend line, which I don't really like. I wanted to see a backtest of this long-term trend line where we saw multiple rejections here, another one here, another one here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 areas. What is called areas? 6 areas where it rejected. So I want to see a back test. Come on, give us the back test on this to make it a strong chart for going forward for that next move. But BA is remaining on top watch. If it starts going without the back test of this, that shows the chart is even stronger. So we'll be getting in just a matter of time. Watching. What is my alert? Okay, so I got the alert right around that trend line right now. I set the other alert at this high, and the other ticker that wanted to talk to you guys about is SPACE. Very interesting chart. Oh, I was thinking VIX again. Okay, SPACE. Daily bull divergence, long-term money line. Okay, chopped around it at the beginning, but we ultimately, you look at this on, there you go, that looks a little bit better. Weekly chart, it's first bounce, second, third, and now we're at that money line again. Let's see if there's going to be a bounce that comes. So we all know SPACE bounces can be juicy as heck. So there's 1, 2, 3, and each of these move or more than triple. Okay, on that, depending on where you measure from. If you measure, I would probably measure from like 1762, still more than triple, and 690 to 690 to 42, 6 times. That's 600%. So getting a toe wet, want to be in, but because we're not seeing that reversal yet, not going heavy, not even playing options. I want to see what this can do. I mean, you could consider doing some further out options with the IV so beat up right now, something like way further out. Actually, I might look into that tomorrow, but with this, really liking the setup on the chart. Really liking the daily bull divergence. Got a little bit weaker because we closed lower than anticipated. Anyways, so that's it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed the content. If you know anyone that can benefit from the videos that we upload, please consider sharing our channel. Now, one other thing, quick reminder, 250 subs, there will be a big giveaway, and I have gotten that ready for you guys. Also, tune in tomorrow to our new video series, Friday Autos. I will see you guys on our next video. Thank you for watching.